You open the document, the cursor blinks. Before you type one sentence, your hand reaches for your phone. No notification appeared, nothing happened on the phone, something happened in the task. For a few seconds, the phone makes the task disappear. That relief has a name: short-term mood repair. It feels harmless, but if the app is not the trigger, deleting it will change nothing. So what is? Maybe it is an email you have been avoiding, a report due tomorrow, a job application with one question you cannot answer. You sit down meaning to work, and then the task asks for something, clarity you do not have, the chance that someone reads it and thinks less of you, or 20 boring minutes with nothing at the end of them. Your thumb moves almost automatically, whether messages, one short video, then another. 20 minutes later, the document is still blank. The task is still difficult, and now you have less time. The phone removed the feeling for a moment, it did not remove what caused it. So the useful question is not why the phone felt better, it is what became uncomfortable just before the reach. Psychologists Fuschia, Sirois, and Timothy Pychyl study why people delay tasks they intend to do. Their account frames procrastination as a problem of managing feelings, not just managing time. When a task feels like something you do not want to touch, avoiding it changes the emotional scene. You trade uncertainty for something new, you trade boredom for movement. You trade the risk of doing badly for a place where nothing difficult is being asked of you. That is short-term mood repair. It repairs the feeling for a moment, not the task. The phone may not be creating the urge to escape. It may just be the fastest exit in the room. That is why the urge can arrive before any notification. The trigger can be the blank document, the confusing instruction, or the sentence you are afraid to send. In 2015, Cynthia Hoffner and Sangmi surveyed 287 young adult smartphone users and found that people use phones to manage negative emotions through entertainment, information, and connection. A survey cannot tell us what caused any one reach, but it shows why a phone can make such a convincing exit. Remember deleting the app? If the app was firing constant alerts, removing it can cut real interruptions. But if the task triggered the escape, you may open your inbox instead, or check the news, or reorganize your desk, or start a smaller, safer task. The doorway changed, the demand for an exit did not. Putting the phone out of reach can still help. Focus mode can remove some external triggers, both of those still assume you notice. If the reach is automatic, telling yourself to pause before you unlock the screen is almost useless. If you could reliably remember to pause, you would already be interrupting the habit. The pause has to exist before willpower arrives. In 2025, Anusha, Garg, Shivang, Shelat, and Jonathan Schooler tested a related brief exercise with 1,035 adults living in the United States or the United Kingdom. Participants named a task they were delaying, reflected on why, identified a benefit, and chose one easy subtask. Compared with control groups, they reported a slightly higher likelihood of completing the task within 24 hours. The study did not measure actual completion, and the effects were small. That makes it a useful clue, not a cure. Here is how to turn that clue into a speed bump. Write the note once. What got uncomfortable? It lives on the back of your phone. When you work, place the phone face down, just beyond arm's reach. When your hand moves automatically, the distance buys 1 second. The note supplies the question. You do not have to remember it at exactly the moment your attention disappears. Answer with one word: unclear, boring, risky, too big, or nothing, because maybe it really was only a notification or an old checking habit. Then use one rule: make the next move smaller and safer than the task in your head. That might mean writing the first question you need answered, making a private draft nobody will see, producing one heading, one sentence, one filled field, or one rough number. You do not need to finish the task. You need to create a visible entrance. Keep the phone away until that one visible move exists. The full test is 3 steps. Catch the automatic reach with a speed bump. Name what became uncomfortable. Shrink the task to one safe, visible move. Catch it, name it, shrink it. This is an evidence-informed heuristic, not the exercise used in that study. It will not rescue a task that is impossible, unsafe, or missing essential information. And if the reach is mainly driven by notifications or a deeply practiced habit, the speed bump may matter more than the question. So the next time your hand reaches for your phone, do not ask why you have no discipline. Catch it, name it, shrink it. The phone is not always the first problem. Sometimes it is just the fastest relief. And sometimes avoidance looks productive. The next video explains why checking off tiny tasks can make you feel busy while the one task that matters stays untouched. You already know what to do, that was never the problem. Subscribe if you want to understand the part that is.